The objective of this presentation is to show you how you can make a selection in Contact and how you can use it to make a personal letter with Word, and how you can set up then with this selection a campaign. In the small example we will give here, we will send a letter to all Peugeot 307 owners, and we will make them by letter an attractive offer. Afterwards, we will set up a campaign to allow our salespeople to do a follow-up. What I do is I start first the prospects window in my system. Because once you have an object in Contact, you can point on this object with the mouse, like I do now, and click with the right button of the mouse to know exactly what you can do with this type of object at that moment. So I can create a new prospect or customer. I can do different kind of selections. One of them is a predefined selection I have prepared here. There are different ones I have prepared, but the one I want to use is the one that will select all the customers or prospects with a Peugeot 307. Double clicking will execute this selection, and I see that there are 54 individuals or companies that do own a Peugeot 307. Again, if I click right with the mouse, I can see immediately what I can do with this result. I can have closer looks, or can export it to Excel or to pivot table in Excel, or I can export it to a default document. And I will export it to a document I have prepared here too. By double clicking, I will use the selection and prepare the letter to the 54 customers. As you can see, Word has generated the 54 letters with all the details I have asked. Let's have a closer look. You see that the name of the customer is automatically filled in. I propose to replace his car, so the specific information of his car is mentioned here, and the letter is even signed by the salesperson that is linked to this prospect or customer. Once the mail is made and sent, I want my salespeople to follow up this mail. I can do this by setting up a campaign for my salespeople. First, I will define a campaign. I open the window that allows me to work with campaigns, and I say I want to make a new campaign. Meanwhile, I filled in very quickly the parameters of my campaign. I give it a name. I also determine the type of the campaign. There are different possibilities, but here it is an initiative of the dealer. I also indicated the type of action I would like my salesman to take. There are different possibilities again here, but I would like them to make a telephone call to the prospects. They have to do it between these two dates at the rate of maximum 5 contacts a day, and I would like them to do this as soon as possible, and the person to make the contact is the salesperson. Now I have defined my campaign, but I still have to add prospects to this campaign. Again, right click shows me what I can do with this campaign, and I can add prospects by using different selection mechanisms, but I'm going to use, of course, again the predefined selection I used for making my letter. It was this one, and executing this selection, again 54, I can say that I have to add this to the campaign. You see here that of the 54, there was a couple of doubles because they had different cars. There's still one of the 51 that has not yet a salesperson. What I have to do is to make sure that every prospect selected in the campaign is linked to a salesperson, because I'm gonna inject those memos in the diaries of the corresponding salesperson, so they all need to have a salesperson. So the only one who has not yet a salesperson is this one, and I can link them to different salespeople that are in my system, and suppose I link him to this salesperson. All selected prospects now have a salesperson. Now I can again tell the campaign that is defined with the prospects that I want to inject the memos in the diaries of the corresponding salespeople. The system will inject them automatically. We see that all of them are committed. If I open now a diary of a salesperson, and if I go to the first day of the campaign, then I see that, as a matter of fact, 5 memos have been created in the diary of the salesperson. And if I click on one of those memos and I open this contact, on the left side you see the definition of the contact, and here on the right side the salesperson will enter the result of his contact once he is doing this contact. But I can immediately see on this contact that it comes from a campaign and that I'm supposed to do a telephone out.